Hi guys, so in this video we will be solving target sum subsets problem. So the problem says that we'll be given n numbers, like an array of n numbers, and we will be given a value called target, and we have to say whether true or false, that whether there is a subset of element present in the array whose sum is equal to target or not. Let's suppose the array contains 1 2 3 1 2. Okay, now suppose the target element is 4. Is there a subset of element whose sum is equal to 4? So though if we choose these two elements 1 and 3, yes, 1 plus 3 equal to 4 is true. We have an subset of element whose sum is equal to target. So we can return true or print true in this particular case. Okay, so what is a subset of an array? Like subset of element is that we can choose any some elements from this array, then it will constitute a subset. Like if I want to choose, suppose if I choose this element and this element 1 2 and 1, so it is a subset of this array. If I choose these two elements 3 and 2, so it is also a subset of array. If I choose all the elements, then this is also a subset. So this is also a subset. Okay, like here you can see that in a subset which we choose, there are two options. Some elements will come and some elements will not come. Okay, so every element has what? Every ith element has two choices, whether it will come in the subset which we are choosing or it will not come in the subset we are choosing. So every element has two options: either it can be a part of the subset or it cannot be a part of the subset. Okay, so this is all about subset. Okay, now we can move on towards what the actual problem demands. Actual problem demands us that we will be given a value target, and we have to find that whether there is a subset of elements whose sum is equal to target or not. This is what the problem is. Okay, now let's move on to the solution. Like how can we solve this problem? Okay, like suppose in this case, this is the array which is given to us, and suppose the target is 5. So whether there is a subset of element whose sum is equal to 5 or not. If we check, there is a element 4 and 1. If we choose these two elements 4 plus 1 equals to 5. So yes, there is a subset of element. If we choose 2 and 3, sum of 2 plus 3 is also equal to 5. So this is also subset of element whose sum is equal to the target element. So yes, but how will we solve this problem? One way to solve this problem is that we can write a recursive relation. Okay, like we can write recursively this function as, we can write this as recursively. Like suppose this is a function, we will be given of, we can write a function, we will be given array, we will have index, that the current element which we are pointing to. Like suppose this is the array, suppose we are pointing to this element. Okay, and integer value target. So like each element has two choices: either it can be a part of the subset or it cannot be a part of the subset. If any of these way we get a answer, our final answer as true, that means there is a subset of element whose sum is equal to the target element. Let's suppose this element wants to be a part of the subset. Okay, so what will happen is that we will call this function recursively. This element wants to be a part of the subset. So what will happen? Array index plus 1, index plus 1 and target minus array of index. Okay, if answer equals to true, that means if this element is a part of the subset, then we are fine, then we are able to make our sum equals to the target. And if we are able to make our sum equals to the target, then what we can return? True. Else there can be another way. Suppose our target is 5 and this element is 100. Okay, so if this element becomes a part of the subset, then we will never be able to make 5 since our sum is greater than 5. So then we will choose the second option. What we will suppose the second element is 5. Okay, then our second option will be that not to choose this element. So this element will not be a part of this answer, and this 5 will be able to make the sum equal to target. So our second choice will be that this element will not be a part of the subset. We will write past target as it is, and if this time our answer is true, then we will return true. Otherwise, what we will do, return false. And in the base case, what we have to write, if at any time if target becomes equal to 0, that means we have a some subsets of elements, some element subset of element whose sum is equal to target. So at this point we can return true. Okay, so this is what the recursive solution for this problem is, but this is not a like very good way to solve this problem, because we are resolving the problem again and again in this case also. So how can we reduce that? How can we save our time in resolving the same problem? We can use DB for that, okay, for saving our time in resolving the same problem again and again. So let's see how can we solve this problem using dynamic programming. Okay, suppose, so we will be given an array of numbers and we will be given target. Suppose target in this case is 5. Okay, so we will make a DP array of size n cross target, where n is the number of elements in the array and target is the this target which we want to achieve. Okay, now at any location, what will I be storing? If suppose at this index, at this blocks, what will I be storing? I will be storing that is there a subset of element among 4 and 2 whose sum is equal to 2? Is there a subset of element? If yes, then I will write true, or if no, then I will write false. This is what we are going to store at any I comma j location. Okay, now let's make a dry run and let's see how this DP table fills. Okay, so initially there is no element over here. Okay, no element is over there and we want to make a zero sum. Is there any way? Is it possible? Yeah, if there is no element, then what is the sum? If there is nothing present, then sum is 0. Like if I have 1 rupee coin, then what is the sum? 1. If I have 2 rupee coin, then what is the amount of money which I have? That is 2. And if I have nothing, then what is the amount of rupees I have? I have 0. So yeah, this is true. Okay, now let's see. I have nothing. Can I make a sum equal to 0? Sorry, can I make a sum equal to 1? I have nothing. Can I make it equal to 1? No, not possible. False. I have nothing. Can I make it equal to 2? Not possible. False. I have nothing. Can I make it equal to 3? Not possible. False. Same for this and same for this. Okay. Now come over here. Like now what is the meaning? Meaning is that at this particular cell, is there a subset of element among empty and 4 whose sum is equal to 0? Is there a subset of element? Yes, there is a subset of element. How? Suppose 4 has two options, like 4 can either, in a subset I have told you that every element has two options, that it can either come or it cannot come. If 4 will not come, then what I will have? I will have empty, and empty means what? 0. So this means true. Okay. Now come to this cell. Is there a subset of element among empty and 4 whose sum equal to 1? Is it possible? Let's analyze that. Is it possible or not? Let's see. 4 has two choices. Either it can come or it will not come. If it will come, the sum will be 4 and 4 is greater than 1. So this is not possible. If 4 will not come, then what we are left with? We are left with is nothing. And was it possible with nothing to make sum equal to 1? No, nothing in front of 1 is already false. So here it will also be false, since nothing can also not give us an answer. So false and false means false. Okay. Now let's see. Is it possible for nothing and 4 to make, is there a subset of element among nothing and 4 to make equal to 2? Is it possible? If 4 comes into the play, then sum will be 4, which is greater than 2. So this is not possible. Okay, this is not possible since 4 is greater than 2. So 4 has another option, 4 will not come. If 4 will not come, then we are left with empty. Can empty sum equals to 2? Can empty make sum equal to 2? If we check in front of 2 and empty, we are having false. That is, empty cannot make sum equals to 2. This is false. So here also it will be false. Since this, we have two options. This is giving us false. We tried second option. This is also giving us false. So our final answer will be false. Okay. Now we can check for, is it possible for 4 and 3 to make equal to 4? 4 dash and 4, is there a subset? Like 4 has two choices. If it comes, then 4 is greater than 3, so it returns false, not possible. If 4 does not comes, then it is over, then it depends upon nothing. Is it possible for nothing to make sum equal to 3? No, it is not possible for nothing to make sum equal to 3. So it will also return false. So false and false, our answer will be false. Okay. Now let's see this case. Is it possible for nothing and 4 to make sum equal to 4? If 4 comes into the play, then what is the remaining sum? We want to make sum equal to 4. Okay. And if 4 comes into the play, then remaining sum is what? 0. So is it possible for nothing to make sum equal to 0? Nothing present of 0 is true. Yes, it is possible for nothing. So this will return true. So we are getting true from this particular case. So that means if we are in any way, either via including 4 or excluding 4, if we are able to make the sum equal to target, that means our answer is true. Now let's take another case also. If we want to exclude 4, if 4 is excluded, then is it possible for nothing to make sum equal to 4? Nothing present of 4 is false. So nothing to make 4 is false. But either via excluding or including, if via any of the ways we are able to make the sum equal to target, then our answer will be true only, since we are able to make the sum equal to target. So in this case, answer will be true. Now take the case of fifth. Is it possible for dash and nothing and 4 to make sum equal to 5? If 4 comes into play, then what we are left with? We are left for, is it possible for dash to make sum equal to 1? If we check dash in presence of 1, it returns false, not possible. If 4 does not comes into the play, then is it possible for dash to make sum equals to 5? Dash in presence of 5, false. False, it is not possible. So this also return false. So false and false is false. Okay. Now let's see whether is it possible for 2, 4 and dash to make sum equal to 0. Yeah, 2 has two choices. Either it will come or it will not come. If 2 will come, if 2 comes, then sum will be 2, which is greater than 0. So it will return false, not possible. If 2 will not come, so what will return? 4 and dash. Is it possible for 4 and dash to make sum equal to 0? If we check, 4 and dash are till here, till this point. Okay. So for 4 and dash in present of 0, it is true. So that means they are returning true. So our answer will be what? True. Okay. Now let's solve it for 1. Is it possible for dash 4, 2 dash and 4 to make sum equal to 1? If 2 comes into the play, then sum will be 2. 2 is greater than 1, so it will return false. If 2 does not comes into the play, so is it possible for dash and 4 to make sum equal to 1? Dash and 4 in present of 1, false. So this also return false. So our answer will be false. Okay. Now let's see, is it possible for 2, 4 and dash to make sum equal to 2? If 2 comes into the play, then what we are left with? 4 comma dash. Is it possible for 4 comma dash to make sum equal to 0? If we check 4 comma dash in present of, in front of 0, it is true. That is 4 and dash are capable to make 0. So they will return true. So since we are getting true from any one of the options, our answer will be true only. So we are just marking it true. We are not evaluating the second case. Whatever the may be the result of second case, but we are getting true from any of the two cases. That means we are getting an answer. Okay, so we will mark 2 here only. Okay. Now let's consider this. Is it possible for 2, 4 and dash to make sum equal to 3? Is it possible? If 2 comes into the play, then what 4 and dash have to make sum equal to 1? 4 and dash, can they make sum equal to 1? No, they cannot make. So answer will be false in this case. Okay. Now if 2 does not come into the play, then 4 and dash have to make sum equal to 3. Can they make 4 and dash? 4 and dash can they make sum equal to 3? No, not possible. It is not possible. So it will return false. So here it will be stored false. Now 2, 4 and dash, is there a subset of element among 2, 4 dash whose sum is equal to 4? Like 2 has two choices. If 2 comes, then 4 and dash have to make sum equal to 2. Can 4 and dash subset make equals to 2? No, they cannot make. So it will return false. 2 has second option. 2 will not come into the play. Then 4 and dash have to make a sum equal to 4. Can they make? 4 and dash in present of 4 is true. Yes, they can make. So this will return true. So our answer will be true in this case. And what will be the answer? Let's see. We have to make 2, 4 and dash. Is there a subset of 2, 4 and dash whose sum is 4? Yes, there is a subset. If we choose only 4 out of it, then this is the subset whose sum is equal to 4. Like 2 will not come into this subset, empty will not come into the subset, only 4 will come into the subset. Then we will make our sum equal to 4. Okay. Now let's analyze this for fifth case. Okay, there are subset of 2, 4 and dash whose sum 2, 4 and dash whose sum is equal to 5. If 2 comes into the play, then can 4 and dash, is there a subset whose sum equals to 3? If we check, that is false, so it returns false. If 2 does not comes into the play, then 4 and dash, is there a subset whose sum is equal to 5? No, this also returns false, so our answer will be false. Okay, now let's see. Can 7, 2, 4 and dash make sum equal to 0? 7, 2, 4 and dash. If 7 comes into the play, then sum will be 7 and 7 is greater than 0, so it will return false. This is not an option. If 7 does not comes into play, then is there a subset among 2, 4 and dash whose sum is equal to 0? If we check 2, 4 and dash in present of 0, yes, it is true, so it returns true. That means yes, there is a subset. And let's see what is that subset. 7, 2, 4 and dash. What is that subset? If 7 does not comes, 2 does not comes, 4 does not comes, only empty remains, then empty is equal to 0. Sum of empty is equal to 0. So this is the subset. If all of the 7 does not comes and 7 does not comes and 2 also not comes and 4 also not comes, then the sum will be equal to 0. So this is the subset. Okay, empty subset is the answer in this case. Now let's solve it for, is it possible for 7, 2, 4 and dash to make sum equal to 1? Okay, if 7 does not comes into play, then sum is 7, 7 is greater than 1, so not possible. If 7 does not comes into play, then 2, 4 and dash, is it possible for them to make 1? No, not possible. It will also return false, so answer will be false over here. Okay, now let's see for 7, 2, 4 and dash, can they make sum equal to 2? If 7 comes, then 7 is greater than 2, so it returns false. If 7 does not comes, then 2, 4 and dash, can they make sum equal to 2? 2, 4 and dash in front of 2, it is true, it returns true. That means answer is true. And let's see what is that subset. 7 to 4, how will they make sum equal to 2? If 7 does not comes, 4 does not comes and only 2 comes, then we have 2 and sum of 2 is equal to 2. So this is the subset, only 2 is the subset. Okay, among 7, 2 and 4, only if we choose only 2, then our sum will be 2. Okay, so this is the subset. Now, is it possible for 7, 2, 4 and dash to make sum equal to 3? If 7 comes, then 7 is greater than 3, so it is not possible, it returns false. If 7 does not come, then 2, 4 and dash, is it possible for them to make sum 3? 2, 4 and dash 3, they return false, so it is not possible. So here it will be false. Okay, so in this way we can fill this DP table from top to bottom. After filling this table, let's see what each cell indicates. This cell indicates that is there a element among 4, 2 and 7 whose sum is equal to 3. Okay, what does this cell indicates? This cell indicates is there an element among 4 and 2 whose sum is equal to 5. What does this represent? Is there an element among 4, 2 and 7 whose sum is equal to 5? What does this represent? Is there a subset of element among 4, 2, 7 and 1 whose sum is equal to 5? And what does this represent? This represents, is there a subset of elements among 4, 2, 7, 1 and 3 whose sum is equal to 5? And what was our question? Our question was also the same, that is there an element among 4, 2, 7, 1, 3 whose sum is equal to 5? That is the target element. So after filling this DP, we have to print the value of this bottommost cell in the DP array. Since it contains the answer, is there an subset of element among these elements of array whose sum is equal to 5? Okay, now let's try to code this problem and let's see whether whatever we have thought here and intuition whatever we have made over here, is it correct or not, whether is it able to pass the test cases or not. Okay, let's try to code this problem. While coding, I will explain you the coding parts, like how can we write it into the code. Some tricky parts I will explain you while coding also. Okay, okay, so what we have to do, let's make a scanner object scn, and then we are given an integer n, and we are given an array of n numbers. So let's take input for that. Okay, after taking that, we are given a target variable. Let's take input for that. Now we are done. Let's make our answer DP array. Just one common target. Now let's try to fill this array. Okay, yeah, what we are seeing some cases over here, that if we look at the first row, it is all false except this particular element. Okay, since there is only there is no way, with empty we cannot make any positive value. Always, whatever may be the value, with empty we cannot make any positive value. Empty can make value always equal to 0 only. Okay, so in first row, always this in first row only this particular cell will always be true, rest all of the cell will be false. Okay, similarly if we check the first column, however what many elements we have, suppose we have 1000 elements. Okay, is there a subset of element whose sum is equal to 0? Yes, there is a subset of element. How? If we do not choose any of the elements, then we will left with an empty subset, and sum of empty subset is always equal to 0. So first column will always be true. Okay, so these two are base cases which we will be using in our coding part. Okay, so let me write that if I is double equal to 0 and j is double equal to 0, that is we are in the first cell, then our dp of ij will be equal to true, and our dp will be of boolean, not integer. Okay, boolean. Okay, dp. Else what we have done, else if we are in the first row, then our dp of ij will always be false. Else if we are in the first column, then our dp of ij will be always true. Okay, else if we are not in the first row, if we are not in the first column, then for each of these elements in this part, what we do, for each of these elements what we do, either for that element, either we choose that element or we exclude that element. Okay, so if we exclude that element, so suppose for this particular element, if I exclude this element, so what will be my answer? If let's suppose that if we have 4 2 and 7, if we are taking elements till this point 4 2 and 7, 4 2 and 7, and suppose we want to make 5, if I exclude 5, then what we check, we check that is it possible for 2 comma 7 to make 5, and the same problem we have solved it earlier also. Is it possible for 2 comma 4, we have excluded 7, is it possible for 2 comma 4 to make sum equal to 5? And we have solved the same problem earlier also. Check over here, is it possible for 2 comma 4 to make sum equal to 5? We have solved this problem earlier only. So if we want to exclude this element, we can simply check, if we are at I comma j element and we want to exclude that element, so we can simply check dp of I minus 1 comma j. If we want to exclude this element, the same problem is already solved at this particular point. And what is the location of this point? If we are at I comma j, then the location of this point is always I minus 1 comma j. So this is what we are going to use. Okay, so if we exclude case, let's write the exclude case. If we want to exclude the case, then dp of I comma j will be equal to dp of I minus 1 comma j. Now let's write include case. We can include this element if and only if I will explain you this in a minute. Okay, after solving this, what we have to do is that we have to simply print dp of n comma target. Okay, now let's see what we have done over here in this line. What we have done, what we have done in this line. Okay, like suppose if I want to in what we were doing here is that if I want to exclude 7, I was checking if sum was greater, like our sum was 5 and I wanted to exclude 7. What I was checking, that if I include 7, that 7 is greater than 5, so it is exceeding my target amount, so I was not including 7. Okay, so this is check what we have to make over here also. This is what I have written over here also, that if I want to make sum equal to some j, include j denotes the sum. If j minus the element which I am including, if it is greater than or equal to 0, then only I can include this element. Suppose my element is 7 and my target is 5. Okay, so if I include 7, that 5 minus 7 is equal to minus 2. So I will have to make -2 from the remaining of the elements, which is not possible. So I take elements only if that only if the target value minus element is greater than or equal to 0, then only I include particular element. Okay, that is what I have written over here, that if j minus array of I minus 1 is greater than equal to 0, then only I can include that element. And even after including that element, suppose I include, like, if I include 7, here the target was suppose 10. Okay, so if I include 7, so what is the remaining amount? I have to make 3. So I have to check, is it possible for 2 comma 4 to make sum equal to 3? So what I used to do, I used to go into the row of 2 comma 4 and check for 3. If it is true, then only my answer was true, else my answer was also false. So that is what I have done over here also. I checked in the previous row. If the answer is true, then only my answer will be true, otherwise it will be false. Like, we can write it like this also. If this is equal to true, then only my answer will be true, else my answer will be false. Okay, now let's check whether we have written everything correctly or not. Let's check. We have taken input for n, we have taken input in the array, we have made the TP array. It will be of target plus 1 size. Okay, now let's try to run this code and see whether it is correct or not. It is giving correct answer. Let's try to submit it. We are passing all the test cases. That means our solution is correct. I hope you guys would have understood the video.